and back to reality, and I need to find a new job because up until I'm still doing it at the moment. I work part-time for a shitty wage, and until recently it was good because I was at university and it kind of allowed me to study, but I decided to quit university for a couple of reasons. The first, lesser of the two but more noble, the one I told my parents, was I found the course to be a little bit impractical and unfulfilling. I was studying philosophy and English literature, or if any of you are American, sorcery and English literature, but I enjoyed it, but I just couldn't see how it's going to work in the real world. I can't see myself in a future job interview citing my understanding of Plato's theory of the universal forms as a reason why I work well in a team-based environment. That was the first reason, but it was a minor one. The main reason, and the slightly more shallow one that I didn't tell my parents, was I quit university due to a catastrophic lack of sex. Because I applied as a mature student, so loads of my friends were graduating when I went, and they were really encouraging. They're like, "Oh mate, you'll love it, the social scene is great. Loads of drugs, loads of booze, loads of women, they're easy, you're going to have loads of sex, you'll have group sex, you'll be on top of the mound." And well, I studied there for 2 years, and in that time the closest I came to having a threesome was using both hands. So I had to give it up, but it does leave me in the unenviable position of needing to find a new job. And I've been working at my part-time job too long, and it's just starting to get on my tits. I work at a cinema in Norwich, and after 3 years I can't really take it anymore. The general public, they're bad, don't worry, I'm going to address them, but it's more the people on the other side of the counter, not so much the people I work with, they're alright, they're nice. It's the people I work for that I kind of have a problem with. They just don't, this is going to make me sound like a snob, but they don't have a very good command of the English language. For instance, if you were to read a memo written by one of my employers, you'd assume the author thought the exclamation mark was the single greatest thing mankind's ever done. If you get one at the end of the sentence, they must have been tired. Seriously, I walked in the other day, came face to face with a memo that started with an exclamation mark, which is pretty much the worst English you can do. It's like starting a sentence with a full stop. You know, I'm waiting, one day I'm just going to walk in, it's just going to be exclamation marks and nothing else. But it's not just their love of exclamation marks that winds me up, it's their, the procedure they write. It's fucking weird. Like, if you were to come to a fire evac meeting at my cinema and ask one of my colleagues what we do in the event of fire, they would say, "In the event of fire, first I evacuate the screen, then I evacuate myself." So if you want to laugh, come and set the fire alarms off my cinema and watch us shit ourselves simultaneously. I did wonder why they advised us to do this when I first started. I thought, well, maybe it's a coping mechanism in case we panic. And then I started thinking, maybe it's a fail-safe if the extinguishers don't work. At least I've got something to throw at the flames. But I've been there too long and I don't really want to deal with it anymore. Because yeah, I mean, those people are bad enough, but the general public, they're like, they're extra special. Like, I was working a couple of years ago, tearing tickets during Halloween. A woman comes in to see Saw 5. I look at her ticket, okay, Saw 5. Oh, that's actually in Screen 5, so there you go, that's easy to remember. Upon receiving this information, her eyes lit up. Her beam lit up, and she went, "Saw 5's in Screen 5. Wow, how ironic!" And off she went. And I was just left standing there, still holding a ticket, just shaking, just going, "No, no, no. It's not ironic. Coincidental, yes. Ironic, probably. Not ironic." But it's just, I mean, the weird thing is, after working there for so long, I realised individual idiots, they're okay. They're by themselves. But certain films have, like, they basically allow idiots to group together and come at you en masse, and they're harder to deal with. Like, if you guys haven't worked at a cinema, maybe you haven't noticed this, but people that enjoy the Fast and the Furious films are actually really slow. Because it's true. And
Mamma Mia.
Say what?
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. Fuck Mamma Mia. I'm not even going to write a joke about Mamma Mia. This isn't actually that funny. That film was still playing when it was out on DVD. I hate middle-aged women. Now I have to find my spot, John. That's it, hip-hop fans. They're even worse than Mamma Mia fans, perhaps, because they are just deluded. They are the most deluded people you will see. Like, I think the last big rap biopic was Notorious, the story of Biggie Smalls. Again, I'm tearing tickets at the plastic podium, and group of 4 chavs come in. Track pants down here, caps over here. Yo, 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 blood, I is here for the story of Biggie, because his story is my story, because his life is my life, innit? And I just sort of want to take them aside and give them a gentle tap, but a nice parental tap, and just go, "No, look. I understand if you grew up somewhere like London, Manchester, big inner city, cosmopolitan area. I can totally see how you relate to someone living in New York, LA. But you, mate, when you go home tonight, you're going home to Cringleford, not England. Your friend, he lives in Cossey, not Compton, and he's from Heartsease, not Harlem, look fucking ridiculous. Okay? But, you know, I can never do it. But as bad and deluded as hip-hop fans are, there is a new group. They've come in. They are the young